Hi, frogs and friends. I have another story for us called Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day by Judith Vorst, illustrated by Ray Cruz. What does the author do? The author writes the words. The author writes the words. Hi-ho the dairy-o, the author writes the words. What does the illustrator do? The illustrator draws. The illustrator draws. Hi-ho the dairy-o, the illustrator draws. What part of the book is this? Is this the front of the book? This is the back of the book? This is the spine of the book. Just like the book has a spine, we have a spine, right? Holds us up nice and tall. This all together, the front, the back, and the spine. It's the cover of the book. Okay? The cover protects the pages where the story is. And the story is the best part, right? So, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Poor Alexander. This is one of my favorite stories. So I'm happy to share this with you today. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. When I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car kit in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. I think I'll move to Australia. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I am going to be car sick. No one even answered. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of a sailboat better than my picture of the invisible castle. At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend, and that Albert Mayo was his best friend, and that I was only his third best friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on the top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was, because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Next week, I said, I'm going to Australia. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and while we were waiting for my mom to go get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy. And then when I started crying because of the mud, Nick said I was a crybaby, and while I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, My mom came back with the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. I am having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, I told everybody. No one even answered. So then we went to the shoe store to buy some sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes, but then the shoe man said we're all sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones. But they can't make me wear them. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copy machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as could be, except for my elbow. He also said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said please don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate limas. There was kissing on TV, and I hate kissing. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain. I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It's been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that. Even in Australia. Have you ever had a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day? I'm sure you have. And it doesn't matter if we move away. It doesn't matter if we go to Australia. We're still going to have terrible, horrible, no good, very bad days. What matters is how we handle it, or what we do in response to terrible, horrible, no good, very bad things. So we have to practice. What are some things we can do if we're having a bad day? Can we change how we breathe? Can that change something? Can that change how we feel? It can. It can. So maybe let's practice deep breathing. Let's breathe together. Can we breathe? Let's breathe. Does that make you feel calmer? Makes me feel calmer. Let's take one more deep breath together. When I'm angry, I like to breathe in real slow and then breathe out real slow. Ooh, that does make me feel calmer. I know there's another way. We can pretend that our fingers are candles. We pretend that our fingers are candles and we've got to blow them out. Let's pretend our fingers are candles. Ooh. There's one candle down. Let's breathe in and blow this candle out. There's another candle. I'm going to breathe in and then I'm going to try to blow this candle out. Oh, I blew out another candle. I've got two more candles. Oh, that feels better. One more. If I'm feeling frustrated, I'm going to blow out all my candles. Oh, even when I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day, there are things I can do to help myself feel better. And deep breathing is one of those things I can do to help myself feel better. There were things Alexander could do to help himself feel better. So what are some things you can do to help yourself feel better? Can you draw a picture? Can you read? Can you do some jumping jacks? Come up with a list of things you can do. Talk to your mom or your dad or your grandma and grandpa and come up with some things you can do when you're having a bad day. All right, frog room friends. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.